Hey, what's up, everyone? Just thought I'd talk about a little rumors that have been going around as far as conference expansion. With A&M more than likely coming on board, and now I guess the latest rumor is Missouri. I guess is the latest rumors on them. I don't really know much about. I heard that's not as likely, but I'm hearing talk that if Missouri does come on board with A&M, uh, Auburn would move to the east, and that's not a if, that's a it will happen. If A&M and Missouri do indeed come to the SEC, Auburn, not if but will move to the east. That will happen. If A&M and Missouri do indeed come, Auburn does, they will move to the east. That's pretty much been determined. They will move to the east if that does happen. And I got mixed feelings, honestly. At first, when I heard that, I'm like, okay, that's cool. We get our rivalry with Tennessee and Florida back, which have always been classic games. The Auburn Florida and Auburn Tennessee games have always been classic, win or lose. Those have been just classic SEC games right there. Um, I mean, I think minus a few times that I think late '70s where Tennessee just stomped a mud hole in us, and I think a few times in the '90s, '96 when Florida won it all, they raped us, and then I think the 2000 SEC championship game where they raped us again. But for the most part, those games have just been just battles, just classic battles. We play Florida again this year, and I expect no less. Um, that's a few weeks down the road. Um, so yeah, and when I heard of us going to the East, I'm like, all right, awesome. We get to play Tennessee and Florida every year. That's great. Classic battles. In '60s, '70s. I'm not sure about the '60s, but I know the '70s and '80s, Auburn played Tennessee and Florida every year, every year. It wasn't until, and actually I'm pretty sure up until the East and West was created, they played every year. Up until um, SEC broke off into divisions, they played every year. Now they play Tennessee and Florida on a rotation. Um, but yeah, if we do move to the East, we play every year. That's cool. But then I heard what they would most likely do the Iron Bowl, and I'm not a fan of it because the Iron Bowl, from what I'm reading, they'd most likely move to the second week of the year. Wow, I don't want that at all. To be honest with you, I do not want the Iron Bowl second week of the year. I mean, it's still the Iron Bowl, true. I mean, Auburn, Alabama, that's always going to be intense, always. I mean, it really doesn't matter what day of the week, what day of the year it is, what week of the year. It's always going to be intense. But to me, it does kind of lessen the effect. It does. You know, 'Cause to me, the Iron Bowl, when I think of the Iron Bowl, I think it's cold outside. I'm still digesting that turkey from 2 days ago. Because it was always like Saturday after Thanksgiving. I'm still eating some leftover turkey. You know, eating some leftover pumpkin pie. Turn on the game. You know, and it's like I said, it's cold outside. And then all of a sudden they want to move it to the second week of the year. Which is usually when we play Mississippi State. Where it's still hot outside. That's to me, it's not the same. I mean, okay, it's still Auburn, Alabama, but it won't be the same to me. Some people disagree. Some people say, oh, it's just a game. It's more than just a game to me. To me, Auburn, Alabama is it's the spectacle. It's the whole spectacle of the Iron Bowl. A lot of people don't see it that way, and it's a lot of the younger fans. Which okay, I'm a young guy, but I'm talking more in terms of the teenagers. But a lot of them don't seem to care. Even some of the older guys don't care. But hey, there are some guys like, oh, I could live without playing Alabama, really, because I love playing Alabama. Even in '08 where they completely bent us over and raped us, 36 to nothing. That sucked, but hey, I still would. Even if I meant losing every game to Alabama 36 nothing, it would still be fun to play them. You know, I love that game. Whether we're predicted to win it all, or whether we're predicted to, you know, get completely annihilated by Alabama, with like in '08. It's a great game, and it's just that um, making it the last game of the year, that the finale. That's I mean that's to me that's college football. I mean, there's some people that want to do away with the Iron Bowl altogether. To me, I can't imagine college football without the Iron Bowl. I honestly cannot imagine college football without the Iron Bowl. You know, it's to me it's you might it's just to me it's like baseball without Yankees Red Sox. You, you, you cannot have the Iron Bowl. You know, you can't. And to people who want to make it a second week of the year, they don't understand. Yeah, okay, yes, it's still the Iron Bowl. It's still Auburn, Alabama, but to me, it's not quite the same. It's not. You know, it's not as intense. You know, but I would still rather that than not play them. You know, if you, at the very most, if you have to make the choice between moving it to the second week of the year and not playing Alabama, then yes, absolutely, make it the second week of the year. I'm still not thrilled about that. I'm still not thrilled with moving it. But if you're faced with the choice of moving it to the second week of the year and not playing Alabama, then move it to the second week of the year. But still, not happy about that. But the people who want to do away with the Iron Bowl, why? Why? The Iron Bowl is college football. And that's college football. I mean, there's some good games. Michigan, Ohio State. Notre Dame, Michigan. Clemson, South Carolina. There's a lot of great games. But Georgia, Florida is a great game every year. But Auburn, Alabama. I mean, that like I say, college football doesn't get any better than that. Whether it's like last year where both teams were in the top 10. Whether it's whether a team's going for a national championship like last year or in '09, whether one team sucks like in '08 like we did, whether it's '03 where both teams suck, it's still a great atmosphere. It's the whole spectacle of Auburn, Alabama. It's that whole it's much more than the game. It's so much more than the game. It's just I don't know why people would want to do away with that. But anyway, that's just my thoughts on Auburn possibly moving to the East. Like I said, I got mixed feelings, but anyway, I mean, if it happens, I mean, it's not like I can do anything about it. Just a sorry fan. I'm just someone who buys the merchandise and reps my team. I can't really do anything about it, whether they want to do it or not. So I guess I'll play it by ear. I'll just wait to see how it all pans out. That's all I can do. So till next time, War Damn Eagle, and hopefully we can turn around against Florida Atlantic this weekend. I do expect to win. I expect to win pretty big. But anyway, like I said, till next time, War Eagle.